Alright y'all, so it is back to school time and I figured I could give you some practical tips for just going back to school, whether you're a freshman, you're a transfer student, or whether you are just going back for your sophomore, junior, or senior year. These are some practical tips that you can use from someone who has finished college and survived all of that hot mess. These tips hopefully are helpful, and let's just get right into them. Number one, never ever ever take it too seriously. There's so much societal pressure placed on college as a time where you need to figure out what you need to be for the rest of your life, or what you need to do as in a career for the rest of your life. And I'm here to say that is completely ridiculous. Oftentimes you get put in a career, you think you want to do something, and then bam, like turns out that's actually not what you want to do, and that is okay. You can always change your mind. It doesn't matter if you change your mind if you're 23, 25, 30, 55, it really doesn't matter. Your life is for you to live, and if you want to find something else that makes you happy, do that, because 4 years of your life should not determine the rest of your years. Tip number 2. Place priority on things that matter the most to you, such as friendships or family or getting good experiences. I know oftentimes as a college student, I just got so caught up on making good grades and just making myself feel valid in my intellect, that all I focused on was getting good grades and taking these tests, and it stressed me out so much that oftentimes I didn't even make good grades on tests because I second guessed myself. I was too stressed out. I put too much pressure on myself. So my advice to you would be, don't place so much value on grades you get because your worth is not determined by it. Really, honestly, grades granted are important, and if you want to become a doctor, you want to go to grad school, obviously grades are important, and I'm not saying you should slack by any means, but I'm saying if it takes over your whole entire life and controls your mind, maybe you need to take a step back and reevaluate, okay, what do I place value on, and maybe I need to kind of reprioritize these things. I'm encouraging you to, yes, still strive for good grades and still work hard, but maybe also put your value in other things that matter in the long run, such as, your family, your friends, or hobbies, or other things that make you happy. Tip number 3, and this is speaking of hobbies, find one or 2 or 3. Honestly, a lot of universities have a wealth of clubs and athletics and different groups that you can join, and you should use them because oftentimes they're free to join, and if you're paying for your school, you should take advantage of everything that it has to offer. Another thing about hobbies that I think, is really beneficial is sometimes you go into these groups and you're kind of trying to figure out what you want to do, what you want to major in, what you want your career to be in, and a lot of times these groups give you a better idea of what you do like, what you don't like, and they can oftentimes be super helpful in figuring out your major and what you potentially want to pursue a career in. Tip number 4, and this is super important, I would think, and I would encourage anyone to do this, is to meet with your professors. Get to know your professors, get to know your counselors, get to know everyone who makes a decision on your grades or programs you get into within your university or anything like that, because those people, oftentimes if you get to meet those professors and you are within a major, oftentimes you will have that professor again and again and again. They're there to help. They're paid to literally help you, I would really encourage you to go talk to them, get to know them, let them get to know you, so that later on in the semester, if you're having trouble or if you get a bad grade, you can talk to them and be like, hey, I'm so sorry, you know, I'm trying to be this, I didn't understand this, can you help me understand? And they're gonna be much more willing to actually help you, and you're more likely to actually do well in that class and pass it, which is the biggest deal, y'all. I really hope these tips helped you, and if they did, make sure you give this video a thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe, and I will see y'all soon. Bye.